Welcome to the Profitable Speaking Podcast, where we help you build a profitable six-figure business from the stage. Here's your host, Mr. Web Marketing, Brad Hauck. Welcome to episode 11. In this episode, we're going to look at the 7 easiest things to make high profits from when you're on stage. So I've just spent a week relaxing on the beach with my family. It's a holiday we do once a year, and it feels so good to put down my business and just walk, swim, sleep, and eat for 7 days. When you run your own business, walking away can seem impossible, but in my experience, not much goes wrong in a week. Taking a month off takes a lot more work, depending on what you have going on. There's a book I read called something like Taking 6 Months Off. It made a lot of sense because it talked about how building up to that much time by getting your business right and setting up the right systems and peoples in place was very important. But I digress. One of the great things about time off is it gives you time to gestate over new ideas and to think about opportunities. So today, I'm going to look at the 7 easiest things that you can make profits from when you're on stage, some of which I think you probably hadn't thought of, and some are more obvious. So let's get started. Number 1, you can sell a training course. These are so easy to do. Really, people stress too much about making training courses. It's not hard. You just got to keep it simple because just like when you go to a training course, it's easier when it's simple and easy to digest. So you can do them live, like in a room with people there, and you can sell that as a package. Or live online, of course, is very popular these days and allows you to reach a wider audience. Or you can have a recorded course and you can have cohorts. So you could put them through as any time they sign up, or you can sign people up as a group and run that course that time and say have cohort 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to do. So lots and lots of options available for you. Realistically, the only costs you have are the preparation time, your advertising and hosting for your website or for your course, and the streaming software, depending on how you like to do it. There's a range of different software for streaming or recording video, and these days it's very, very affordable. If you're going to do advertising to send to your course, I would recommend that you use an expert once you've got your sales copy written properly and converting. So maybe you run it first, you write a few ads, you do the landing page, that sort of thing, and then you give it to someone else to perfect the ads. If you're going to stream, there's so much software available. I mean, even without spending too much money, you've got Zoom, which is about $20 a month, or Facebook Live or LinkedIn Live. They're all free. You can just plug into them with a range of different software. You can host it on any one of dozens of platforms. So Thinkific is a favorite one for me, or Heights platform, or I'm using Systeme.io these days a lot for doing funnels, etc. And there is plenty of options available to you if you get on the appsumo.com mailing list. So there's often course software that comes through there. Now you might say, if I buy it from AppSumo, it won't be around long. That's not true. I actually bought Heights platform from there a couple of years ago, and many other pieces of software that are still going very, very strong. In fact, they use that as a step up to grow. So you can get some really good deals. But even if you used it for a few years and you wrote it off and went to a bigger platform when you're making more money, that's a great option. So doing a course, and what I recommend is you do it live twice. Then that's live online or live in person, and adjust the course, fix it up, see where the problems lie, see where people kind of look blank, pick up all those things that go wrong. Then record it and set it up on your hosting and add a payment gateway, etc. So do it through twice, get the idea, get the feel of it, adjust it, then record it and host it online so that you can automate the sales. So you're not delivering it every time. If you decide to go with cohorts and you're doing the one-on-one sort of, or one-on group, I should say, sort of stuff, then that's different. But all the same, have a think about having maybe 2 different versions, one that's live, one that's, just at your own pace. And finally, collecting the money. Stripe is really good. The money comes straight through into your bank account. PayPal obviously is very popular, but one of the problems you have with PayPal is that they hold on to the money, and they can hold on to a lot of money. I've known of people having many, many thousands of dollars being held by PayPal because they suddenly had released a course and they had an influx of orders, and they saw that as an anomaly to their normal day-to-day, and they held on to the money till they verified it. Whereas Stripe will take the money and put it through to your bank account. So that's training courses. Number 2 is running coaching. Now, coaching, there's so many options. You can do one-on-one or a group coach. My personal opinion is group coaching is better from a profitability perspective. If you can help, 10 people or 100 people that are all paying the same price at the same time, it's much more effective. And often the people work together outside of working with you, so that it becomes, a team sort of course, or team coaching, I suppose. But people working together, when they've got problems, they don't just come to you. They might talk to each other, or they'll bounce ideas off each other. So it actually works really, really well when you do it that way. People build bonds, and sometimes those bonds can last a lifetime outside of what you've done with them. If you're going to do coaching, make sure you're within a limited time frame, so 1 hour per week or 1 hour per month. It's that way everything is focused on that time. If you're going to do that, it does mean then, of course, you have to have a system. You have to have something written out, use a mind map or a flow chart, so that everything flows smoothly and you're effectively covering what you want to do. So don't try and wing it if you're doing coaching, unless you're working with someone where they come into your advice and you're giving them advice back. That's a different style of coaching, probably. I would always set guaranteed outcomes. So one main idea that this coaching is about, and then a series of little outcomes that they are going to achieve, guaranteed. And this is real important. People need to achieve when you're coaching them. Otherwise, there's no real gain for them. If you're running coaching, once a week or once a month, make sure it's the same time, the same day, every time. If you've got to change because of situation, then let everybody know clearly and say that you're going to do it at another date, or that you're recording it and they can watch it anytime, whatever it is that you choose to do. And remember finally that coaching is all about helping people. So you're there to help people. That means you're going to have to put more of yourself into it. Rather than just a course, for example, where it's a set recording of what you're teaching people. When you're coaching, you're really a lot closer to the people involved, and you're answering a lot more personalized questions. So just be aware of that if you choose that option. That said, coaching is a really, really simple way to get into a profitable business. Number 3, here's one that's a little different: selling templates. People buy ready-done templates for a whole range of software. And believe me, this is massive. I once had a site that had 100,000 members who were members to download certificate templates. So they'd sign up and then they would download a certificate template to use in their classrooms because it was for teachers. It might be best student of the day or, student of the year or whatever it was. But they'd access those templates, they'd open them up in Microsoft Word, edit them and print them out, and then they could present them. So it was a very, very lucrative business for a long time. Every day, people buy thousands of different templates in areas like, spreadsheets, PowerPoint, WordPress, websites, there's so many different types of templates you can do. It's really quite amazing. If you don't believe me, go to themeforest.com and have a look at all the different website themes you can buy, or go to Code Canyon, look at the code that you can buy. Templates come in various different forms. It's really up to you. You might have an expertise in a particular area, and it might be, a sales copy letter, and people fill in the blanks. There's just endless possibilities here. It's massive business. Seriously, it's huge business. I just went on Etsy and had a look at some of the templates available through there, and it's phenomenal what's available through Etsy. I would design a set of templates to help your audience improve or succeed just by filling in the blanks. And this is the key thing. If you're going to be selling from stage, then you need something that's actually going to relate to your speech, that people can download basically and use straight away to improve their business in line with that topic that you're talking about. Now, that could be everything from, improving your daily habits through to building a better website. It doesn't really matter. In the end, it's, follow these steps, fill in the blanks sort of thinking. Set it up so the package is delivered electronically. You do not want to be sending this out physically. Okay, these are templates. People are used to computers. Deliver it electronically. A link via email to a Google Drive zip file that they can download. It really doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be easy for you to deliver. One of the ones I'm seeing at the moment actually is really going off is Canva.com. So people are doing sets of Canva templates that you open up, and they're all like one Canva file consisting of, say, 50 pages, and each page is a separate template. Example, I bought one for podcast promotion recently, and it's all done for me. I've just got to fill in with my words. So brilliant. I use Canva all the time. It's fantastic. And as I said earlier, have a look at Etsy. So many different templates there that'll open up your eyes. Number 4, daily motivational videos, audios, or tips. Set up an autoresponder system, sends out a new tip to someone via email every day. You only need 365 of them, and then they just repeat. So you get it to go back to the beginning. If they're motivational things, people need motivation at certain times of the year. So you can even set them up so that they're based around holidays or different seasons, whatever it happens to be in relation to your business. You don't have to send out the audio or the video. Okay, they can be on YouTube or somewhere like that where you have them unlisted so no one can find them, and you just send a link to the video or audio. I find that text is quicker rather than having to record all these videos and link them all up. Typing out text is quick for people. They can read it quickly. It's easy for you to type. It's very simple. So, have a think about what would work for you and your audience. Remember, you can also pay someone to help write them for you, and then you can just record them or put the text in. It's really up to you how you do it. You can charge a monthly cost of, say, $10 to get these arrive. So that's $120 a year. It's a nice little package. And if you have it $10 a month ongoing, it's, a low cost. It's easy entry. You don't need to hard sell it. It's just $10. That's a couple of cups of coffee, or quite frankly, 1 cup of coffee it's getting towards. If you get 1,000 people buying, you're making $10K a month. Now, that's not bad money, $10,000 a month to get people onto just a daily tip. And I've seen it done many, many times. So don't think it's impossible. People love this stuff. We all like motivation around the topic that you're talking about. Number 5, set up your own school. Instead of selling one big course, sell lots of little ones. So you can target areas within the business area that you talk about and set up little tiny courses about each one of those. So each one is, teaches one thing and they achieve that thing. And then they can choose another one and they can do that one thing. So basically they can look at their business and think about where they're having problems now and pick the little course that fits. But because you sell it as a yearly membership, they get the whole package and they can access anything they want. The great thing about having a yearly membership is when you've got enough people buying, you can just keep adding videos and just keep growing it and growing it and growing it. You can use something like, Your Name Academy. So Brad's Academy or whatever it happens to be. Or you can use, a business style like the Business Made Easy. You don't need to be an educational institution to use the words like academy and school. Okay. If you were to register them in some countries, there is different things you've got to work around, but there's nothing stopping you buying a domain and just saying, oh, that's my business school over there. One thing is, if you do decide to go down this route and you try to formalize it a bit more, you can just say it's an unaccredited training. So that's the word that most people use to say it's not accredited as in like a proper university course or something like that. It's an unaccredited diploma that you provide. As the expert, this is the diploma you provide in your area. And look, there's so many of these, it's ridiculous. I see people walking around every day with unaccredited diplomas in many different topics, from life coaching to NLP to all sorts of things. They're not accredited. Some are, but many, many, many aren't. They're just unaccredited based on that person's system. So why not start your own school? Number 6, create an evaluation tool. So write your own evaluation tool that businesses can pay to access, or individuals can pay to access. For example, there's one called the Fascination Report, which I love. And you do the survey online, and then it gives you a report based on personalities and how people see you. So you can design one for your expertise that people can take to learn more about themselves or their business and how to improve it. Alternatively, you can resell with huge markups other people's tools for evaluations. For example, 24x7assessments.com.au. Now, Lindsay Adams does some amazing pricing on disc profiles if you use them. So you can buy a package of disc profiles, so 10 profiles, and you might pay, say, $99 each or whatever it is, and you can sell them for $200 or $300 each. So you can take them, the system does the report, people go there and do the questions, and you take the report and work with the people afterwards. But you can mark them up and you can make good profit on that. I know a business coach, for example, that charges $3,000 for someone to do a business evaluation and then sits down with them to go through their results. And I know business coaches that charge a lot more. So they give you the questionnaire, you answer the questionnaire, it gives them a report, then they sit down with you and they go through it and talk about your business. That's before they even sell you into business coaching or whatever it happens to be. So evaluation tools can be very, very profitable. So come up with your own questions and answers. Sit down and write a whole pile out. And then you can also write what the responses are to specific answers. So, for example, if the person chooses A, then, you write something along the lines of, well, A means that you need to do this, that, and the other to fix that part of your business. And if they put B, you say, well, if you did B, you need to do this. So you write up your answers and your answers as well to those answers. There's so many possibilities that you can add on once someone does a survey because you learn so much about them. Okay, if you write it about your topic, so if I wrote one that's about your digital business and what you're doing online, I could then look at that and see where your weak spots are or your strong parts are, where you need help, all those sorts of things. And I can create programs for all of those specifically for you or for your business. And you can do the same. So I really like evaluation tools. I think there's a lot of potential there. And number 7, last but not least, come back to recurring services. I've said it before, so I won't go into too much detail, but monthly charges for repeating services or products. And we see this everywhere. Bookkeeping, accounting, mowing, pool cleaning, digital marketing. There's so many areas already where you will happily every month pay recurring services without even thinking about it. Why don't you think about it for your business? It's just worth it to have those sales coming in every month and you supplying the services that people need, not want, need on an ongoing basis. You can have a big setup fee and then a maintenance charge if you like. So you might charge $1,000 to do something and then $100 every month, ongoing. It's up to you how you set it up. The one thing is it requires commitments from the person buying from you. So I recommend you need to probably sit down for 45 minutes with people and sell them directly. Talk to them, find out what their problems are, then recommend the package that's best for them. Now, that might be, if you're a mowing service, you might mow their yard and then talk about afterwards, what else do you need doing? Would you like your yard to look like this every single month, etc.? But it just requires a little bit of extra time to get to know the client to sell them into these sorts of things. From being on stage perspective, your whole goal is to sell the appointment. Okay? Basically, you're saying, hey, I'll sit down with you for nothing and, see how I can help you. That's it. You talk about their business, talk about what you could do for them, and it's just a conversation. So recurring services are my number 7 one. So just to review all of those from the top for you, we've got number 1, training courses. Number 2, coaching. Number 3, templates. Number 4, daily motivational videos, audios, or tips. Number 5, become your own school. Number 6, evaluation tools. And number 7, recurring services. And they aren't in the order I would necessarily put them in because everybody's circumstances are individual and you need to think about what's best for you. There's a lot of things you can profitably sell from stage, but these are the ones that I always suggest that people start with. Take some time over the holiday break and think about and plan what you could be doing next year to grow your speaking business. Get some little goals in place that are specifically related to a product or services you can sell from stage. What if you could speak for free, get lots of gigs, build your profile, and have a product that simply sold itself? Realistically, what would that be worth to you over the next 10 years? $100,000, $1,000 a year, $1 million a year. Honestly, it is totally possible if you strategically plan it out. If you'd like someone to help you with this, I'd gladly help you. I coach people on how to build profitable businesses. So just hit me up on LinkedIn, Facebook, or online. Find me. I'm not hard to find. And I would love to have a chat with you about what you're trying to achieve. Well, that's it for another week. I look forward to helping you succeed in the next episode. Till next time. Thanks for listening to the Profitable Speaking Podcast. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, please help a friend and share it with them. Until next time, we hope you have a fun and profitable week.